Mayan Buntag. Welcome to a beautiful day here in the campground. So last year I went up to my family's house up in the UP, and my dad had this trailer. He bought a piece of property and it had a trailer on it, a camper trailer, and that was thrown in with the deal. And I think they tried to maintain it, but it had been leaking. It had been leaking before my dad even bought the land. So Ina and I would stay in this trailer, camper trailer, when we went up to visit my sister, because she didn't have too much. She had a small house. And you couldn't use the bathroom. If you stepped in the bathroom, your foot would go through the floor. So finally I said, listen, I'm gonna take this home with me and I'm gonna try to fix it up. Well, look at these pictures and see what I found when I started ripping the floor up. Fast forward a year later, it sat all winter long. I did the demo and put a tarp on it, and it sat all winter long. I'm sure a bunch of water was getting in, and I know the neighborhood cats were getting into it. And I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna take this to the junkyard. It's just, I'm kind of handy, but this was just too much. But then we had a little slow time at work, and one of my employees is a pretty good carpenter, and I said, hey, you know, I know you need money. Why don't you come over and help me on this camper and see if we can figure it out? So I think I got about $2,500 invested in this thing trying to fix it. And it's still not perfect, but it's the end of the summer and we got it good enough to take on a little trial. So let me show you. So we're just a few miles from the house. There's this beautiful campsite called the Pontiac Recreation Area. It's a state park. And so we got the trailer. It's a 1994, I think, and I said it was pretty beat up. Like this damage here was when I got it. It was leaking in the front. I'm not even gonna attack the front right now. The back was the worst part. So you can see from the photos, we rebuilt the back, and we didn't do the greatest job because it's really weird angles. See down here. And this was all rotten, so we couldn't figure out. I couldn't use the old pieces of wood as a template, and it was still leaking over here. So I put some of this RV tape and some Flex Seal, and so I think I got it all settled up now. And it's pretty much works. There is some problems. I can't figure out how to get the hot water working. The pilot won't light, so I'm sure the igniter is shot. And the stove the refrigerator used to work, but every time I plug it in, it blows a fuse. So I don't know what to do with that. It was working before I parked it in my driveway for a year, and it won't work on LP gas either. So the fridge doesn't work, the hot water doesn't work, but the water works, the toilet works, the shower works, just no hot water. This line right here it's dripping a little bit. This line was split all the way from here to here because somebody didn't winterize it correctly. The water froze and split that line. So I wrapped up with some silicone and put some hose clamps on it. So it's holding, it's leaking a little bit. So, and if Ina's dressed, we'll take a look in the inside. Are you dressed? Okay. So I put a new floor in, and the bathroom's not completely done because I have to put a new countertop. These walls were all gone, and here it was still leaking a little bit. I think I got it, but that's why I haven't put this board on here, because I want to make sure it's not leaking before I put that final board on. Kind of give you an idea of what the whole place looked like. You see that? I didn't finish this in here. This whole place was like this. So you can see all the new wood. So that's what it was like. But oh, vent fan. We got our own little Ina here doing her makeup. Air conditioning works. It's got our levels there and our water pump. So the water works. And what else can I show you? This folds out into a bed. And this folds out into a bed. And then this is our bedroom with a nice little handy privacy divider here, which is supposed to click in. So there you have it, our little house on wheels. So I'm going to take this back up to the UP, leave it with my sister for the winter time, because we made a deal as we'll share this camper. So that's what we're going to do. I'll drop it off and then we'll go up there in the spring and we'll bring it back down and do some camping in the summer and then bring it back up to her. I'm sure I'm going to give her some time in the summer. She can only use it in the winter time, but I put a lot of money into this thing. Also, we were thinking maybe, you know what, give this back to her. And we see some pretty good prices on some used ones that everything works and there's no leaks. So maybe we'll do that. But right now, I'm gonna go for a little hike. Oh, before we go, we bought this nice little table here. So there's not a lot of storage inside. It's got these zippered fronts in there. So we had like some of our food and stuff in there because we like to barbecue right here, and this was the area. So what happened last night, babe?
Raccoon took all the doorway.
I don't know if you understood that. I had this one zipped up, but this I didn't have zipped up all the way. And I woke up and there was plastic containers. These ones right here. Ina's favorite ooey gooeys and her cinnamon buns were gone, and a whole loaf of bread. And you can see it was all scattered through the forest. So these raccoons came and ripped us off. So it's my fault, but still. Okay, now for our hike.
Good morning.
No, she's videoing too, so let's go this way, babe. This looks like a trail. We have no idea. But I know there's hiking trails, and there is a lake, but that's kind of far away. I think these just take you to the showers in the bathrooms. The other great thing about this trial camping is we're 2 miles, 3 miles from our house, maybe 4 at the most. Maybe 5. I don't know, we're really close to our house. So we're gonna go home and take a shower since the hot water doesn't work in the trailer. And grab some more firewood from the backyard, and so it's nice being so close to home. This being our trial voyage and all. But who knows, this was just a couple miles from my house. It was so beautiful. It's massive, this campground. It's got like 155 campsites. They've got little cabins that you can rent. And hiking trails, horse. Yeah. Yeah, but we're going home anyway. And they got a horse area. They got a shooting range. All kinds of stuff. So, these are other campsites here. Oh, the other thing is the price was really good too. You have to have a state sticker, and we're residents, so it's $17 for a season. And then during the week, it's $24 a night with 30 amp electrical hookup. They don't have water hookup, but they have electrical hookup. And they have free water throughout the park, pump wells. And when you go out, there's a dumping area where you can dump your gray and black water tanks out of your RV or camper. It's nice over here. So I don't know where we're going. Well, here's a water free water. Pontiac Lake State Recreation Area.
So pretty.
Now here, they even have these cute little cabins you can rent. I think they're $110 a night. I haven't seen inside of them, but they even have little cabins. And there's Ina. She's only $110 a night, if you're interested.
Come on, baby. Take your picture.
I know, I'm taking video. She's a picture hound. I warned you about that, right, Filipinos? You're constantly having to take pictures of them. It gets on your nerves. Okay, so we went for our walk and went home and showered and grabbed a few more things. And now we're cooking hobo style. Look, we got some baked beans boiling in the coals and some sausages cooking there for lunch. I got this crazy bird. Let's see if he comes back. There's this cardinal that does not like my truck. Keeps on banging on it. He'll come back. I had to turn my mirrors in because he kept on pecking at the mirrors. I think he thinks he sees another male. And he's pissed off about it. There's an airplane. There's an airport close by here. It's kind of a small municipal airport. No jets or anything, just small planes. There he is. I see him over there. Anyway, he's beating up my truck so bad he's beating his nose bloody. His deal is. Anyway, let's cook up these beans and franks and have ourselves a good old hobo meal. Okay, so we're going to have some chicken and potatoes for dinner, and we didn't bring any aluminum foil, so we had some skewers for our marshmallows, and I had this little stool, my work stool, in the back of my work truck, and we're going to try this and see if it works. I saw YouTube somebody cooks them on the stick over a fire, so let's see. Probably take a while, but I tried different ways. Some of them are sliced up, some of them are whole with holes poked in them, and Ina actually doesn't like the skins, so she took the skins off. I'm not sure how they're going to cook with no skins on them, but we'll see. We'll let these cook for about, I don't know, 45 minutes and see how they test one, see how they look.
How about our
chicken? Chicken will probably wait for about 20 minutes or so. We get some chicken, and oh, this is just because we don't have anything. We don't know what we're doing. This is the grill from the stove inside. So I'm going to rig up something there so we can cook the chicken. We could actually skewer the chicken too.
But this is some olive oil, right?
Yeah.
You put the chicken.
Yeah, you can do that, right. And we can skewer the chickens, and I even got one of these fork things here. I could put all the chicken legs on that and cook it like that. Maybe I'll try a couple like that just to see how they turn out. This is an experiment, so we'll tell you how it turns out. Hillbilly cooking. So here's what the hillbillies got going here. So you saw the potatoes. We got the chicken. One of them fell on the fire there. We're trying to precariously mount this over the coals. And then I had a little piece of steel. Made a little hot plate out of it. So we got some baked beans, potatoes. We're in hillbilly heaven here. You know, we're not experienced campers, so we just had to use what we had at hand. You know, as we go along, we'll buy the proper equipment, but this is actually kind of fun trying to figure out stuff to do. So we'll tell you how it tastes. Well, this is how it turned out. The potatoes, I had to throw them in the microwave. They're tasty, but they weren't cooked all the way into the center. Chicken got a little burnt. A couple of them fell into the ashes. But we're making the best of it. I gotta say the beans are delicious though. So there's our hillbilly dinner. But we'll clean this up, and then tonight we'll have a fire and we'll roast some marshmallows.
Yeah.
And we'll bring you along. Alright, so we're all cleaned up after our dinner, which turned out okay. We got a lot to learn. But now it's the famous s'mores. You know what? Tell Filipinas at home what a s'more is.
I want some more.
What is it though?
It's a marshmallow with crackers and chocolates.
What kind of crackers? You remember?
I couldn't remember.
Graham crackers.
Oh, it's a we call that grahams.
Greyhounds?
Yeah, Graham's cracker.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that in Philippines. Like that.
Oh, look at them toasty. Okay, babe, here, want to film?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna make my beautiful wife a s'more. So here's all your fixins. All the Americans know what a s'mores is, but not all Filipinos know what a s'more is. And there's a nice messy s'more
Yummy.
for my wife. Okay. At the end of the fire here, and as you can see, it's starting to get twilight. Mosquitoes are out, and Ina says it's getting a little chilly. I think it's perfect weather, but we've got a heater inside there, so she'll be fine. Okay, I'm gonna make myself a s'more.
I want some more.
You want some more?
I want some more.
S'mores? Okay, well, thanks for joining us on our trip. We have to check out tomorrow at noonish or so, and we'll head back and unload the camper. And if we make it back in one piece, we can say that this was a successful trial for Van Solo. Van Solo. Okay.
Bye.
So everyone, stay healthy, stay cool, and most of all,
Stay classy.